All right, I wanted to film this kind of bonus video because this is a really common thing that I end up doing with a lot of people who are trying to pursue career happiness. Here you are, you've figured out that you want a job, a career, or a calling. You've figured out what kind of problem you want to solve. Turns out there's lots of problems you could solve and lots of ways that you could support it, but you've picked a path, good for you. You've figured out what you're willing to commit to. You've figured out where it falls in the priorities of your life. And you've even tested that commitment by saying, this is what I'm willing to do this time around to get that happiness. This is major. This is huge. This is more organized than you've ever been in terms of going after your career happiness, right? But unfortunately, you know what happens right at this point? People have a little bit of what we call NST, negative self-talk. The technical term in the industry is called neuro-linguistic programming, if you want to look that up. And what it simply means is that while we've introduced some new ideas and new concepts, some new thought processes, some new perceptions to you, this is great, we've stirred your brain up a little bit. All the old way of thinking is still in there and overwhelmed, and it's going to start to react. It doesn't like that you're starting to change things up. It's kind of like exercise. You started exercising your brain today. You got off autopilot this week with this 7-day challenge with respect to your career and really started to look at it differently. And that feels good, but at the same time, like exercise, your muscles can get a little sore, right? They're fighting back. They don't like the change. Well, your brain doesn't like the change either. And so it's going to start to hit you with what we call NST, negative self-talk. Today's exercise is about writing that down because you have a lot of fears in your head, and we've probably stirred up a lot more fears in your head through the last 7 days. And I need you to get that all out of your head and onto paper. And then what you're going to do is very carefully and intentionally walk yourself through a process to break down that NST. Because you know what? Most of it is completely fake, unfounded, not right, not real. But boy, it sure as heck feels real in your head, and it's a great way to stop you in your tracks from going after your career success and that happiness that you so deserve. So today, I want you to remove that. I want you to challenge those negative comments. I want you to defy them. I want you to come up with alternatives so that every time one of those nasty little comments pops into your head, you've got ammunition. You've got something to say back to that voice so that you can keep going, because you know what? You deserve happiness. Don't let your brain fool you. It's time to move forward. It's time to try new things. And you can do this. And the rewards are so great. Just look at any of those people that you truly admire in their career and say, I want what they've got. They've been in your shoes. They've had negative self-talk, but they've figured out how to fight back. And you can too. All right, good luck with this exercise. And remember, keep up the fight. You do not have to lose to negative self-talk. And the reward will be true career happiness.